Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
What is going on? And welcome back to Take on the World with
John.
Lexi.
The one and only Love Bug.
Woo.
all in the house once again. So we invited the Love Bug up, and we did our last episode on the wrestling of professions.
Wrestling.
And we decided to let our guest pick a topic. And he picked such a messed up topic, I had to morph it into something else. Because that's the way a tag team does.
This is true.
So,
If I can't get it done, I tag you in and you finish it up.
That's right.
that's right. So,
What is said topic today?
the said topic is best and worst restaurant experiences and fat shaming.
Yes.
Fat shame.
But fat shaming can go in two different ways.
I have no shame. I know what a fat person looks like. I look at one every morning.
That's kind of rude.
As soon as I get to work, I see John. I mean,
Yeah.
I was going to say, you know you live here, right?
I look at one every morning too. When I look in the mirror, he looks back at me and says, "You fat bastard."
bastard. Anyway, so I'm sure everybody out there has gone to a restaurant and had either an over-the-top great experience or a very underwhelming
Or a
experience.
shitty experience.
I think I've had more good than bad,
I don't think that's true.
but I've had my share of bad.
How many times have they put tomatoes on anything that you order when you ask for not tomatoes?
It's disgusting. It's just
The
I'm
amount of
allergic.
times.
I could die. I literally could die.
Right.
Do you want to see this man convulse and die right here in your restaurant?
Yes.
How many times do we use that at the Wendy's down there?
So, who wants to start?
Are we starting with restaurant experiences or fat shaming?
Well,
Sometimes it's one and the same.
we'll probably start with restaurant experiences and let Bob morph into his rant.
Fair enough.
Johnny?
All I can tell you is New Year's Eve, it was like 11 o'clock, and I was dying for some ice cream. And I was like, damn it, I really want to go to the store and get a pint of ice cream.
And the cone wasn't open?
The Cone was closed. Redner's was closed. I didn't even think about Sheets. I should have ran down to Sheets and...
Sheets has ice cream.
Yes.
They have really good milkshakes.
The one, you like the ones where you put it in the machine and it like stirs it up?
Those are really, really good if you get them the right way.
John wanted one of the milkshakes that bring the boy to the yard. he
Although
doesn't want
somebody,
a regular milkshake.
all of my
that
milkshakes.
Oh.
somebody stole the Macho Man Slim Jim container from...
It's gone?
It's gone.
Hey, that happened at the Garfield one night.
Makes a guest appearance in here someday.
Oh.
It wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Someone.
So, yeah, needless to say, no, I didn't go because I'm a fat bastard. And you
I
know, I
brought
weigh
ice
myself.
cream
How
home
much do you think
today.
I weigh?
How much do I think you weigh? 400 pounds.
Wow.
Jeez. Okay.
Holy shit,
All right, just
Lexi.
hang your mic up.
You should listen. You shoot high because then you're like, oh my god, look at how much weight that you don't
240.
weigh.
I wish.
You know,
Michael?
3.
Closer.
Are
Well,
you
I was-
over 3?
I was 315. But I had all my shit on from work.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
oh,
right.
that's the excuse.
Yeah, 20 pounds
Well,
of
no, we
keys.
do have 20 pounds of keys and boots and
Were you ever up
socks
to
and boots and socks and
388?
boots.
Boots and cats.
No.
Boots and cats.
I can see myself getting there, though, if I don't stop
That's such a weird number.
doing what I'm doing.
388.
Oh, an inside joke. I don't get it.
Oh.
Me neither.
Do you remember on our last match when Sebastian goes, he weighs considerably less than 388 pounds?
Because I had lost weight.
What a dick.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yes, that was funny. See, that's not fat shaming at all.
Well, see, here's what I think. Well, okay, never mind.
No, rock on.
No, it's fine. I
No.
was going to get into fat shaming.
You could get into
Well,
it.
there's a lot of fat shaming at our work.
Well, like, this is the thing, and I kind of have this opinion about most things that have to do with people's lives. Do whatever the fuck you want. If you're not hurting anyone else, if you're not hurting me, if you want to be fat, that's fine. If you're tired of people calling you fat,
Don't be fat.
don't be fat.
Amen.
You know, get up and change it. And if you don't feel like changing it, that's fine too. But that's your life then. Like, you're living your life. You do your thing. Let me do my thing.
Well, see, and
Just want another hot dog.
and a
Me
lot
too.
of people,
I still have half.
a lot of people look at fat shaming, you know, like everything is fat shaming. Like you just said, like when I go to Knoebels, sometimes I have a hard time fitting in the seat of the roller coaster.
Really?
Right, but that's not fat shaming.
But-
That's just the way it's made.
But people, right? But people get,
Was that fat shaming? I'm sorry.
yeah, but I'm used to it. But people get pissed off and they're like, oh, well, they should make the roller coaster bigger. Well, how fucking big do you want them to make it?
Right.
Like, if I can't fit in the roller coaster, that's my
They should
problem.
make
That's
the
not
roller
Knoebels'
coaster
problem.
Right.
you
That
know?
was invented in 1920, or it was made in 1920 bigger. Yeah, I have the same. Like, there's wooden roller coasters. I couldn't fit in the
Yeah.
last time.
It's ridiculous. Like my
The-
wife.
The problem is I love roller coasters and I don't fit in them anymore.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been on a good roller coaster for a few years.
Like my wife always says, she's like, when I say I need clothing, she's like, well, go check Walmart. Well, a lot of times Walmart doesn't carry, you know, and if you look at something that's like 2X in this brand and 2X in that brand, they're different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're a lot
absolutely.
different. So I go to that, when I do buy shit, which I never really do, but I go to that, I think it's called like, it was called Men's XL, now it's called
Men's
DXL
Warehouse or
so-
something?
DXL or so. I just call it Fat Bastard. That's, my kids know this Fat Bastard. You know, hey guys, I got to go to get a shirt at Fat Bastard. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Like you said, you don't want to be fat, don't be fat anymore. Some people, you know, they think some people, they, you know, because of the way they eat. Or I know a lot of people that are heavy that try to eat, and that's just how they are.
Well, exactly, and that's another thing too. Is it's like, you know, some people are. It's harder for them to lose weight. It's easier for them to gain weight. It's hard for them to lose it. You know, like I did calorie counting for 3 weeks or so before the holidays, and then the holidays hit, and we were like, "There's no way that we're doing this
Yeah,
through the holidays."
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
not.
So, but during the first week, I cut my calories. I dropped 9 pounds. Drank nothing but water and black coffee, and I ate like a regular amount of food. I would have 3 to 4 meals per day.
Killed
I
3
just-
people.
Yeah, I would just not eat as many calories as I used to. And I dropped 9 pounds. But after that first 9 pounds, those next 2 weeks, considerably less progress. Because that's just the way it is. Some people lose weight easy, some people don't. And I'm not saying if you know, you don't want to be fat anymore and it's hard for you to lose the weight that, you know, that's fine. That's just the way that your body
What
is.
pisses
But
me off is really skinny people
Yes.
who can eat whatever the hell they want and they don't gain a pound.
yeah.
I walk by a piece of cake, I don't even touch it, and I gain 5 pounds.
Well, how about all those bastards?
He doesn't
when you
remember
go to the
touching it. He blacks
buffet?
out.
I black out.
He blacks out, eats the whole cake, wakes up, and he's like, well, how did I gain all this weight? Where did the cake go?
Does he still have icing in his beard?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, how about all those skinny mutts that go to the buffet and they eat 4 or 5 plates and I gotta sit there and eat one, because I mean, literally, like you go to a restaurant and you see a heavier person, especially at a buffet. You know, people are, oh, look at this fat fuck going for a third plate. You know what
And
I
I'm
mean?
like, yeah, look
See,
at me
but
going for a
I
third
don't
plate.
care.
I don't either.
I don't give a shit what other people think. For
I
real.
don't either.
I don't give. If you give other people, and this goes for society as a whole, for the whole offended culture. If you give someone else in your life or not in your life that much power over your happiness, then fuck you.
Yeah, right. Basically, yeah.
For real. Like John says stuff to me all the time. It's really hurtful, and if I had feelings, it would hurt. And I sometimes every once in a while, on the off chance that on the second Tuesday of the month, I might say something nasty to John, and
I don't.
we don't
believe
let our
that.
feelings get hurt over it. It's just it's a joke.
That's a problem with a lot of people. They're too sensitive.
Oh, they're way too sensitive, and they give other people too much power. I'm not gonna give John that much power over my happiness
He comes home and cries every night, John.
Good.
because you're mean.
You're
You're a mean one, Mr. John.
But yeah,
But
I mean,
it's all in good fun. I'm not sitting here
Yeah.
like, berating the guy, But
I just feel like if it's not hurting you, it shouldn't matter to you. It's not your life. Let people live the lives that they want to live. And if they're struggling on their journey, that's fine. They can do that. They'll get back up. But if they're fat, it's not
But what
really.
also bothers me
It's not really
is
your
fat
business.
people that tell me that I have to I have to accept their fatness as normal. No, being fat's not normal. I'm fat because I eat too much. I always have.
Well, and a lot of it is, again, not fat shaming. My daughter was telling me there's this show on, because her and my wife like to watch all these reality shows, and there's this show on, it's like 1,000-Pound Sisters or something like that.
Yes, I heard of that.
How the fuck, I mean, I know how the fuck I got this big, but how the fuck do you get that big?
And you got to get
I mean,
fork lifted out of your house.
well, in all honesty, like, I watch all these fucking reality shows, and I think to myself, with the shit that I do, and that's happened to me, and it goes on in my house, I should be a fucking millionaire just by putting a camera up. Because these shows are stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, Teen Mom, who cares? Your fucking daughter was a slut, now she's a kid.
Whoa.
That's how I feel.
I remember watching the one that was My 600-Pound Life.
Yeah.
And the guy starts his routine off in the morning for his breakfast. He made 2 bags of tater tots in the oven.
Love tater tots.
And then it was like 4 boxes of macaroni and cheese, a whole pepperoni pizza, and then like 2 boxes of hamburger helper. That was his breakfast.
And
Yeah,
then you wonder why you're
breakfast.
600 pounds.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like,
Is that legit?
like,
yeah.
damn nearly, it's got it. Yeah, like, it was something like 2 pounds of hamburger meat, hamburger helper, a whole pizza, macaroni and cheese, tater tots, and he's like squirting ketchup and mayonnaise all over it, like, woo!
Then he wonders why his man boobs touch the floor.
Yeah. I don't like when they make fun of me.
It's just like at that point, it's like that's just sad because it like severely diminishes your quality of life too.
Yeah.
Like you can't do as
Well,
much
I think
stuff.
that guy, he actually listened to the doctor,
He lost weight.
and he lost a shitload of weight. You couldn't even recognize him when he had the surgery where they took all the extra fat off of him, or the skin flaps.
Yeah.
And he actually did good. He looked
Good.
good. But they basically told him, like, listen, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And it hit home with him. And
But the problem with that is staying that way then.
right.
I mean, like you said, to tie in with the restaurants, you go to a lot of these restaurants and you want to like try to eat healthier, but they're healthier shit. Like,
It's worse for you.
yeah,
Like McDonald's salad, it's got more sugar in it than their...
When I actually lost weight, when I lost almost 100 pounds, what I did was as soon as I got my plate, I'd get a to-go box and I'd cut my meal in half.
Yeah.
I'd order whatever the hell I wanted, but I'd cut my meal in half.
portion control is a big thing.
Yeah. It is. But years ago, when I was first diagnosed with sleep apnea, the doctor put me on a 1,200 calorie a day diet, and I stuck to it. I dropped weight, but it got to the point where my wife went and bought ice cream and said, "Here, eat this. You're a fucking miserable prick."
Yeah.
I just like
That's like
I
every day.
did
What did
it.
you do? You said you just snatched it around.
I probably ate a half gallon.
He didn't even use a spoon; he just ate the container.
Just biting pieces off.
That's why I'm about to do that pint upstairs. I got a pint of Ben and Jerry's. I asked you if you wanted anything. You wanted lottery tickets. He wanted lottery tickets. I got Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Yeah,
That's
but if
just
he
as
wins
good
the
as a lottery
lottery,
ticket.
he's going to be buying a lot of Ben
I'll
and
be
Jerry's
buying
ice
Ben and
cream.
Jerry's, and I'm not going to.
It's going to be Ben, Jerry, and Mike's.
That's fine because I can get.
Wait, didn't
my
they
own
die?
Ben and Jerry's.
I couldn't hang out with those two hippies.
They
I
are,
think
they're
they didn't they die because they ate too much ice cream?
No,
That's
I
gonna be
think one
me
of them died.
someday.
that's an urban legend.
No.
That might be an urban legend.
I think you made that up.
Ben and Jerry's is not fuck you. It's Mike's ice cream.
I know that John has seen a Sasquatch before, but
Really?
yeah.
Not seen a Sasquatch.
Oh,
said-
It's a Sasquatch structure.
The structure.
Structure.
Sorry, yeah, it was the structure. So you pretty much got as close to seeing a Sasquatch as anybody has ever been to seeing a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
that
pretty
goes
much.
back to episode number 1. If anybody wants to go back and
It
Oh yeah, I did. I remember that.
The Sasquatch episode was pretty good. I liked that
Did you?
one.
Would you sleep with a Sasquatch?
all depends what she looks like.
Yeah.
She got boobies.
Fair enough.
If she's brunette, he's down.
Well, I think it's Sasquatches are either brunettes or they have dirty blonde hair. So
So you like your Sasquatch shaved or unshaved?
Stop.
wouldn't that be
Might as well
so
just go
weird?
Full hair, like 70s style. At this point.
Stop.
All right, fine.
Is that too much?
Yeah, that's a little too far.
I would have to say my worst restaurant experience.
What did you?
You
just
did the
do?
same thing I did.
I tripped. I like slipped. Oh my god, that hurt.
Are you okay?
That hurt my knee. I hit my knee.
Fruit fly.
Is everybody okay?
That's edited out. You'll be fine.
Well,
It's not,
it's
nothing's
fine.
edited.
It's gonna
One
be
take,
edited.
bro.
It's gonna be really loud, so you're gonna have to edit that
Look at
part.
it. It's like, wow.
Sorry, my foot slipped.
You want another beer?
Yeah. I think that my worst restaurant experience would have had to be last June. I drove out to Ohio. And
That's enough right there. You were in Ohio.
Well, I wasn't in Ohio yet. I was still in Pennsylvania. We stopped at this, like, I forget what it was called, like American Eagle or something like that, or something weird like that. All I remember is there was a bald eagle as, like, the logo, and it was American something or other. And we had seen signs for it for, like, 30 miles or whatever. Like, we'd seen different exits that had them or whatever, and it was just getting to be, like, probably around 5 or 6. We're starving. We've been in the car all day. We're almost in Ohio, and I'm like, okay, we're pulling over and we're getting food. And I think it was Father's Day. Like, it was that Sunday that we drove out. And we went, this is like a buffet. It's like Old Country Buffet, kind of.
Ugh.
It's attached to a gas station. It was the worst food I have ever had. At the end, I was like, I had like a couple things. The mashed potatoes were awful. The fried chicken was awful. At the end, I was just like, I just want some fruit. Can I just pick at this fruit over here? Like, that was like
That was
the
bad,
only.
too.
It was plastic fruit.
It wasn't very good, but it was the only thing on the entire buffet that tasted fresh. I had chocolate pudding, grapes, cantaloupe, watermelon. That's like it. And I took some in my purse and I just ate the grapes on the way because I was like, at this point, we might as well just get there and get pizza or something. It was really bad. I was driving. It was awful.
I would say anytime I go to a restaurant with my mom is a bad experience.
I have a similar
I hope she's not listening.
kind of feeling.
Stop.
There's never been a bad restaurant experience with Michael. Although there was that time.
I had a bad restaurant experience. We had gone to a wrestling show, and afterwards we stopped at a diner, which we did a lot. So we go to this diner.
This is a good story.
And there's an idiot in the diner who's sitting there. He orders gravy with a side of gravy on it, and then he gets up, rips his shirt off, starts throwing salt around, and starts running around the table, acting like, oh, there he is.
I took my pants off too.
Why?
Or was that a different one?
No, please.
They bet me to do it. So we were at the old Superior in Emmaus before they renovated, and we were pretty wound up. And I took my shirt off and was throwing salt. And then somebody said, "I bet you won't take your pants off." So I took my pants off down around my knees, and I sat there and ordered my food naked.
You didn't get kicked out?
No, because nobody was there, and the waitress thought it was funny.
Yeah, the waitress was kind of in on the joke.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories. Do you remember that shitty place? And this proves why Jersey sucks. That shitty diner we went to after that one show. I think it was the
Coopersburg Diner.
No, it wasn't Coopersburg. That one I remember. No, this was I think it was after that 9/11 memorial show we did with Quack. We went there and the service was so bad that I got up and started getting everybody's drinks for him.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was so bad. Like, I'm sitting there like, I just want a fucking another soda.
All I wanted is a soda. All I wanted was a Pepsi. And he wouldn't give it to me.
I just got up and I refilled it. So I was like, and we had a lot of people at our table. We must have about 15 people. So I was like, does anybody else want soda? Like, yeah. So I took everybody's cup, filled it, and I started walking to the other tables. Hey, can I refill your drinks? I took a pitcher of water. I'm fucking pouring water for people. And I don't know if it was the manager or whatever, because he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, the fucking waitress disappeared. People are thirsty. I'm like, am I getting paid for the night?
I hope I get the tip.
I think we got thrown out after
Contra
that.
meal.
I would say Deep was not similar to that, but sort of similar to that. Was that
You got
freaking
up and
Chinese
you ripped your
restaurant
pants
next to down by our work? You know how they were hit or miss. And apparently that old guy's gone now. So I went in there and two 8-year-olds are running the counter, and I tell them what I want.
What you want, Joe?
Yeah, and they're sitting there doing like their math homework and shit. There's one person back in the grill. The lights are off, no heat on.
Never any heat in there.
They'd only turn the gas grill on when people would come on, like the lights on or whatever, when you would come in. So I'm waiting there. I order my food, and it was something like lo mein. And I'm waiting 15 minutes. 20 minutes goes by. people are coming in and getting their shit, and they're coming back in. I'm like, this isn't what I ordered, and they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's not. I didn't order any of this shit. And 20 minutes goes by, 30 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I gotta get back to work. I'm like, I can't be out here fucking around all day long.
Yeah.
And then finally, I asked them, I'm like, where's my meal? And they're like, oh, I'm like, what? And I had paid them and everything. It was like $30, and I was getting other shit too, and I just never got it. And I walked out, and I never went back again. I just ate.
You didn't get the $30
Is that why I
back?
won't go back over there?
That's why I won't go. I ate like $30, and I was like, fuck this place. Because I tried to talk to them, and they're just like,
I would have stolen something.
I should have taken the little girl's piano she had laying up there,
It's worth $30. Thanks.
walking out like this.
Do you remember that one time we were going up to wrestle for Larry Brown? We stopped at this little Chinese place, and stupid me. Oh, they have cold shrimp. Wow. All right, I'll get this. Never again. We're in the locker room, and he's standing there, and he goes, "Dude, you okay?" And I go, "I don't feel so good." Dude, I ran, and the locker room was like, there was an old kitchen in the back. I'm puking in this sink.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm puking into this sink. Like, I'm puking. And I didn't know how the hell I was going to wrestle. And I don't think we teamed together that night. I think we were separate for some reason. I think Larry Brown was one of those, I don't get it. Danny Rose was standing at the curtain. Literally, the music's playing. I'm throwing up in a bucket. I go out. I said, guys, we got to make this quick. I was with the Himalayan players that night. I said, guys, I got to make this quick. They got me through it. But then, and it's coming. And then like, no, you got to stay and dance with us. You got to stay and dance with us. Oh, my God. Bye. As I'm coming through the curtain, Danny just puts the bucket in front of me. Right in the bucket. It was so bad.
He was Johnny on the spot. Man.
I have never, ever eaten cold shrimp at a buffet ever again.
I will. I'll eat anything. First thing I did when we went to Mexico was drink the water.
Yeah.
Why?
Really?
Why would you do that?
Because I knew it was filtered.
I didn't
The
drink
restaurant,
the water.
the restaurant's on the resort. The restaurant water is filtered, but the room water is not.
I would never take a chance.
No way.
Cerveza for me.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
I
Shit
was
in the ocean.
21, so.
You see how they recycle that? They probably pump the water from the ocean,
Straight
feed
out
it
the
to you, you go and shit in the ocean, and it just keeps cycling through.
So I know Lexi's been waiting for this. My worst ever restaurant
I'm
experience.
so excited.
And I don't know if I'll get through this, so I apologize in advance.
It's really good.
So
So
your back of your jaw start
stop.
tingling and watering. Excuse me.
Dude, if you have to barf that way.
So we're going camping down to Virginia Beach. And on the way down, we stop at Waffle Town, USA.
That just sounds bad.
No,
It looked good. I like waffles. I dig waffles. So we order our food, and I order chocolate milk with my meal. And now I always check the date on milk. So I know
Except for this time.
No, I checked the date. The date was fine. And I'll tell you what I think happened after the story, but I got to try to get through this first.
Dude, he's going to Ralph.
So I pick up my chocolate milk.
Dude, I got $20
Dude,
right now.
I can't.
Sucking all the way right off the top.
No, I took a big swig of it, and it was just slimy.
Ugh.
Chunky chocolate.
No,
It was just slimy. It wasn't chunky. It was just slimy.
it wasn't chunky. It was just slimy. So I immediately get up and run to the bathroom. I puke. It comes right back out. And I'm like, I am not paying. And I had eaten most of my meal and before I took that big swig. So I called.
Wait a minute. Was it? No, you said you read the date, so it wasn't
The
chocolate
date,
milk.
the date was fine.
It wasn't a chocolate milk in like a cup.
No.
No, they brought it out in a container. I poured it in a cup. So it wasn't chunky.
Maybe it was the cup.
No.
Maybe the waitress in the back was like,
They,
Stop. He's actually gonna throw up. Look at
Dude, I think he's going to hurl.
they bring another one out. I said, this chocolate milk is bad. So she brings another one out. And I'm like, I really don't want another one. But I open it up and I looked at it and I smell it. And I'm like, yeah, this one's bad too. So what I think happened was they got a milk delivery and that case sat outside for a while before they brought it in. And it just started going bad, and then they got in the refrigerator.
This fat bastard won't know the difference.
So I'm not paying for my meal because I just puked it all in the toilet. I didn't eat nothing else. But they brought the check. They charged me for both chocolate milks.
Are you serious?
I shit you not.
So they comped you your meal, but charged you for
No, they didn't comp my meal. I said I'm not paying for it. So I told everybody, just go out. I'll pay the bill.
For 2 chocolate milks.
So I'm deducting from the bill what my thing is. And the manager comes up and he goes, "Oh, you didn't give me enough money." I said, "Well, I'm not paying for my meal. And I'm not paying for those 2 fucking rotten chocolate milks you gave me." And he's like, and he's looking at me like, you have to pay for your meal. I said, "Dude, my meal's in your fucking toilet. I just puked it up. You gave me 2 rotten chocolate." I said, "I'll have the health department come here and shut you down." I pulled lawyer cards and all kinds of shit. And finally, he let me go without paying for my meal. But he was arguing with me. "You got to pay for me." I said, "I'm not paying for my fucking
That's
meal."
terrible customer service.
Oh.
But
that was the worst.
That's bullshit.
Hope you come back next time, buddy.
Yeah. See you again soon. No.
On the way home.
I took my wife out one night after our youngest was born because we had a lot of medical issues with him. So he was in the hospital for 2 months. Actually, a little bit longer than 2 months till we could finally bring him home. So we take him. We all go out one night as a family, and we're at Copperhead Grill in Allentown.
I know what that is.
They just they were only open a couple months at that point. So we're sitting there. We order the food. Now I'm here. My wife's here. My daughter's here. My son's next to me. And then, or no, I lie. The car seat was between the 2 of us. And they turned a high chair upside down. And we put the car seat in. So the waitress comes out with the food and dumps marinara sauce all over my wife, all over her brand new purse.
I remember this.
In the diaper bag, the whole works, right?
You're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah, they made us fucking pay for it. I go, "We should give you a fucking cleaning bill for all this shit." Brand new diaper bag, ruined the whole. And the manager, he won't take anything off. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I can't imagine that. I don't know. I worked in customer service for a long time, and I just can't imagine, how do you do that? I've made minor mistakes and given people discounts before for my mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my mistakes weren't anything that was going to ruin someone's day that.
It went all down her shoulder.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're lucky they didn't burn the shit out of you guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Right.
She was really pissed.
You were laughing about it when you told me the story the next day.
Yeah, pretty much I was. Yeah. Do you?
Well, let's not just go all bad. Bob, you and I had a great restaurant experience.
Oh yeah.
Down at Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah, we did.
A friend of ours who started a wrestling promotion. We were there in the beginning, and we did a lot for him, and he wanted to thank us, and he took us out to Ruth Chris Steakhouse. And it's got to be the fanciest place I've been in a long time. And, everything was it was expensive as hell. Thank God he was paying.
And we were underdressed.
And we walked in underdressed, but they didn't make you feel uncomfortable about it. And I sat down, and in the middle of it, I got a phone call. So we just ordered. We got our drinks. I took one sip of my drink, I got a phone call, and I didn't want to take it at the table and be rude. So I got up. And I walked out. When I came back, there was a new napkin. Because I took my napkin off my lap because I was trying to be proper. And I set it on my chair. I walk out, a brand new napkin folded up right on my thing. So I sat down. I picked my napkin, I put it in my lap, and I'm like, damn, I got to piss now. And I wasn't doing it on purpose. So I put my napkin on my chair. I went in to the bathroom, took a piss, came out, brand new napkin folded there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're laughing because they said as soon as you get up, the guy almost runs over, gets a brand new napkin, folds it up, and puts it there. And I'm like, well, I'm not getting up again. You guys are gonna think I'm doing it on purpose.
I did have a nice collection of fabric napkins.
Yes.
Yeah, as a kid, I did that. I think my best restaurant experience was when we went to the Melting Pot.
I liked it there.
That was a really, really nice experience. I wasn't old enough to drink or anything, but they had some really, really nice, blackberry lemonades, stuff like that.
Is that place still open?
I don't know. We went to the one in Allentown. There is another one someplace, though.
It's down in, it's off Route 202, I think, in Delaware.
I liked it.
I passed it on the way going down to the beach all the time.
It was really nice. It was really nice.
Me and Johnny had a good and bad dining experience.
No, that was a doubly good. Maybe it was bad for you at first.
Well, no, it was scary for me at first. I'm kind of a germaphobe. Go, you tell it.
Kinda.
So, again, we were in Saipan.
We went to Saipan.
We did.
I did not know
Somehow
that.
we wound up in Saipan together. And we went to I Love Saipan store. And that lady was hitting on me.
It's this huge store.
Like,
Everything
right away.
I Love Saipan.
She
Yeah.
gravitates towards me and she's like, "Oh, you're married."
Are
I'm
you
like,
on Facebook?
"Yeah, are you on Facebook?"
You friend me on Facebook.
Yeah. What's your account? You have kids? How old? What kind?
You
want
want
to
to
date?
married?
You want to get married? And I'm like, whoa. Like, then I asked her, I said, where's a really good Korean place to eat around here?
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. And she goes,
Oh,
go
you
out the
go
back
right
here.
down the street.
Yeah, go out the back here, go down like 2 blocks. It's on the left here. She's like, I used to work there. It's really good.
You wait for me. I'll go with you. You buy.
Yeah.
I stalk you on Facebook.
Love you long time.
And so we go there, and we're both looking. We're like, I don't know. This looks like a good place to get knifed.
sketchy. It looked really sketchy.
The best places.
Yeah,
to.
we're gonna wind up on the barbecue.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, too fat guy.
There-
We feed you forever.
There's a guy outside, like a Chinese guy outside smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. So we walked in and it was a little dirty, but
Inside wasn't dirty. Like the foyer was dirty.
yeah.
The outside was dirty. But when you sat down, the tables were clean.
I mean,
the
what do you
chairs were clean.
expect?
They have to be clean.
So we
Well,
went in there and it was just a totally different experience. Like, first off, they brought out this like plate of vegetables and we're like, what the fuck
Yep.
are we supposed to do with this?
You roast them.
And
Yes, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
there
Should have
was like
taken
a-
me with you.
there was a
it's
thing in
awesome.
the middle. I sort
I
of
know.
kind of knew what to do. Then the meat came out and there was like eggs. And we
Yep.
just started mixing shit, like
And
frying
you said to me
potatoes.
before on one of our podcasts, you only had kimchi once, and that's not true because you had kimchi that night,
Kimchi's
Oh,
good.
that's right. I had kimchi there, which was better.
and we
The one-
roasted it.
Yes.
Oh my God, it
Yes,
was good.
it's so good. Put
Wasn't
it on
that
that
Kamala's
grill.
manager?
Yes.
Kimchi.
But the funniest part was, we're all done, and we're of course we were
Well, hold
drinking.
on. You got to tell them to show you.
Yeah, we were drinking their soyu, which is like their homebrew
Shots.
like moonshine.
It's like a
Shots.
purple
shots,
sweet
shots,
potato
shots.
wine,
Yeah, it comes in like a couple
Oh.
different flavors, like plum, strawberry.
but it's made from purple sweet potatoes,
yeah,
and then they flavor it with that. But
no, the Saipan one is. They have other ones, like the ones we got here. Like you can buy it here at the liquor store.
yeah, it's good.
It's
I like it.
Almost like rice wine vinegar. It's like
It's-
15 to 20%. Anyways, so we're drinking those, and we're like, yeah, let's get another one. And she's like, oh, you sure?
You both want one?
You both want one? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, so we got a little tanked up, right? Ate all the food. And we get outside, and there's these 2 freaking Chinese guys or Korean guys sitting out there smoking. And I swear to God, the guy looks at Michael, and he's like, yeah, bigger boy. He's like, you need to go on diet. I swear to God, I'm fucking... And
You no eat here no more.
Is that what he said?
I was like, I think he just called you fat, Mike. And they're laughing their asses off. And then we get in this little mouse car, both of us.
We're driving this little Hyundai. It was actually bigger than your Hyundai, but it was the next one up.
Yeah.
The Kona.
Yeah.
I love the car. If it was just me in it, with me and him.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was when I went the first time, it was me, Chris, Dave, and another dude named Chris. Now the other dude named Chris is built like him,
Yeah.
and it's me, and then Chris, Big Chris
Krista.
from church.
Oh.
And then Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
So me and Chris were sitting in the front seat. Well, we couldn't both get in at the same time because we just bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But that was really good barbecue. That was probably...
Yeah.
It
Between
is
that-
the best. I've been to one once.
Where?
Seattle, when I was in Washington.
I want one here.
There's
Apparently
one
there's,
down by Philly. It's right
I don't
outside
want to
of
go to
Philly.
Philly. I hate
That's
Philly.
the only place that you're going to get
Apparently
good
there's
one.
there's I think out in Allentown area, Lehigh, there's a bunch of like Brazilians.
The Brazilian
Well, it's not
steak,
the
but
same.
that's not the same.
You want a
but I heard they're
Korean?
really good. Though.
You want a Korean barbecue? There's one I think in King
Those
of Prussia.
Brazilian steakhouses are number one. It's like $45 for a plate.
But isn't it like all you can eat?
Yeah, they bring it out on skewers and stuff, and that's cool. But I want what we had there. I want to go back there and have that.
Yeah, I did. What did you think of the? We also had this Thai place that was really good, and it was like kind of like a buffet style. And it's like they had the
except
same
for
shit
that-
every day.
Oh, except for that coconut stuff, the stuff with the coconut water.
See, I love the coconut.
Yeah, I can't. My belly doesn't do it good.
Yuck.
But that place was awesome. I was kind of spooked, like going in, like because
I changed his mind. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't care. I love going. I'm down for an adventure.
I like food.
We've eaten some dives,
Yeah.
What's that?
some real
Wait,
dives.
you ever eaten in the Hamburg diner?
The one that used to be in Hamburg?
I don't know.
The
We
one that's
might have.
closed?
I know we ate at the Paradise.
I'm not surprised it's closed.
I didn't eat the paradise. You ate at the paradise.
The waiter goes, "What do you want?" He goes, "Nothing. I won't eat here. I live in the area."
Was that a strip club?
No, up where the Mannheim diner is now, which is good. There used to be a place there called Paradise Diner. And it just had such a bad reputation. The place was dirty, filthy, disgusting.
It was bad.
And a bunch of wrestlers went there after a show. Between shows. It was between shows. They went there, then they went down to the Fort Motel. So that's how long ago that place that was, because Fort Motel's no longer even there. And neither is Paradise. So they go in there, they're acting up. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing nothing. These guys are all ordering, and I said, I will only eat something from there if it's prepackaged, and bring it to the table prepackaged.
And uncooked.
Just give me a muffin that's prepackaged.
Has been touched by nobody.
So he asked me what he wanted. I'm like, I don't eat here.
No baked onion soup.
And he's like, what? I said, I live here. I don't eat here. He goes, oh, okay. So then a whole bunch of shenanigans go on that night.
Oh yeah.
A whole bunch of shenanigans. Someone ended up bleeding. I ended up saying, look, I'm going home because I'm not going to get... And I only lived like a mile from there.
Yeah.
So I get in my car. As soon as I crossed into Schuylkill Haven, I got pulled over. They gave me a sobriety check. Because they got a call that there was a bunch of drunk people at the Paradise Diner. I said, nah, they went north. They went north on 61. Call Pottsville Police and give them the heads up. Because I knew they were coming south to go down there. And some of them were blitzed. And but I didn't drink at all that night. All we did was we went up, we set the ring up.
Mm-hmm.
We came down 8, and then the show was the next day. Ugh.
Well, they had, like, I love French onion soup.
They didn't have...
and they, baked onion soup. I'm like, okay, I'll have that.
Fuck that up.
He brings it out. There's it's fucking onions
American
and
cheese.
broth. Yeah, like I go, what the fuck is this? I go, this isn't French onion soup. Oh, menu don't say French onion.
It says baked onion.
Baked onion. I well, fuck this.
They got you there.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah.
I think the Hamburg diner. Well, I went there when I was like, I lived in Hamburg for like 5 years, so this was probably early 2000s. No, 2012, 13, somewhere around there. And I went in there the first time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this place is dirty as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little scared of this place.
I never ate there, but the
But the
building
food
is
was
just
always
dirty.
good. And then some people I knew, they went in there because you got to try it. It's just an experience. It's like it looks like an old 50s diner inside. And they're like, yeah, we went there. We're like, how was it? And like, it wasn't that great. I'm like, what'd you get? Like pancakes. I'm like, yeah, like the lady at the grill or the waitress came up to me. She's like, the cook just quit. And the only thing I know how to make are pancakes. What do you want? She goes, the only thing I know how to make are pancakes and eggs. What do you want? It's just like, I guess pancakes.
Pancakes and
well.
eggs.
That's great.
How do you only know how to make pancakes and eggs?
Well, that's just someone who didn't want to make anything. Because the pancakes were probably pre-mixed, and all she had to do was pour them out, and the eggs were probably pre-cracked.
Yeah.
She got flustered real quick.
Crack. They probably had crack in them.
I don't know. We were coming home from, I don't know where. That's not Helen Keller dog. That's my dog working now. He's not deaf. He's dumb. So we were coming home from someplace, but we were coming up through from Maryland through York, and we stopped at that Denny's down there.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Like, I guess their cook quit, 2 of their servers quit, and like everybody quit in one day.
Good.
And the place was packed.
Would you just go back there and make your own food?
Well, we waited probably just to order probably an hour.
Ugh.
And like,
At a Denny's? Fuck that.
Yeah.
and my wife is like,
Denny's
I'm
is
like,
the best
well, let's
one.
just go. We'll go someplace else. No, we sat down. We got our drinks. We should wait. I'm like, I'm not having it. I was getting miserable.
Hangry.
Surprise.
What?
Hangry boy.
So, yeah, I was getting hangry. So our order comes out. Every single order is wrong, except for mine.
They made the right choice.
every single order on the table was fucked up. And I called the manager over him, and I'm like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You didn't fuck this up, but we waited almost an hour and a half just to get our food. And like, he was like, well, our cook just quit. And how's that my problem? Except that every order's wrong. And well, we had two servers walk out. And I'm like, it sounds like you have a management problem. So, like, this guy's making every excuse in the book, doesn't offer to take nothing off the bill. Like, and I'm not asking for, like,
A free meal.
Like, give me 10%. Like, do some customer service here. So I contacted, see, I have a habit. I don't just look for the district manager's email address. I look for the corporate email addresses. And I find them. And I email them. And I got all kinds of I'm sorries. Like, they gave us like 15 free meals. And like and I said, look, I will never go to that Denny's again. It's the only one in the area anymore. Yeah. I think there was still one down in Reading at the time.
I think it was in Allentown.
No, I think there's still one.
There was
in
one
Reading.
in Wyomissing.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember that one.
It's Tokyo Hibachi now.
Yeah, that's where
that was Denny's?
That was a Denny's.
I do not remember that.
That's where I used those
Berkshire
coupons.
Mall.
Yeah, I
We
know
used to
where
go
you're
there
at.
all the time. That was the spot to hang out.
I
But,
just
like,
did not remember that it was Denny's.
He was so apologetic, and I felt bad because he was so nice,
Yeah.
but that manager was just
A jackass.
a dick.
You dick.
If he be an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and dick.
I'm trying to think of what my best
Yeah,
experience
give me a good
was.
one, bro. Well, we had a good one. We had a good one. I'm sure we had a good one. Melting pot. So I've had a good one with
Melting
everybody
pot's
here.
good.
There you go.
I've never had a good experience with John, so
No.
I can't really say.
John and I shared chips
Not
a
many
little while
women
ago.
have.
We had a good chip experience.
Yeah, we had a good. That's kind of like a restaurant.
I don't like fancy restaurants. I'm not saying that they're not good. I hate dressing up. Have to do all that shit.
I like dressing up because I look good.
Nah, it's
I look fucking good.
You look good for you.
yeah. I just
It's
like
not
to
about
wear
other people.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort. I
That's
get
why I
it.
look
I'm
good.
the only person.
See,
that
and that
has-
falls back into the fat shaming part of it. If I go out, I got to be comfortable if I'm eating.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck them.
So you need elastic waistbands.
Yeah, you don't like the
Elastic
way I...
waistbands.
Listen, if you don't like
All
that
my
I just
waistbands
pick
are
the plate
elastic.
up and dump it into my mouth, don't fucking watch me eat.
Right.
A case of Gas X.
Some antifreeze.
But down at the beach, there's a couple cool spots. Now, when I remember when I was a kid, they used to have like a table like this and a big hole in the middle of it, and they just dump steamed crabs on the table.
I
You
remember
just throw the trash in
Yeah.
the middle. But you don't seem to really find those anymore down there.
Well, because people
Don't
sue.
like Maryland.
Maryland has them.
It's like what was
Yeah.
what was the
what do you
Texas
Maine.
sue over?
Texas Roadhouse used to have
The peanuts.
the peanuts.
could-
You just
Logan's.
They wanted you to throw them on
Logan's.
the floor
And
Well,
some
someone
asshole
slipped.
fucking slept.
because they're idiots, and they sued them, so you couldn't throw the peanuts. So they give you the bucket for the peanuts. Then
Yeah.
I think that's Logan's.
I don't remember it was down in Allentown
Okay.
because I just didn't want to throw them on the floor.
Logan's did
Because
that
someone's
too.
got
I
to pick
think.
them up, and like I don't treat
I specifically remember going to
service
that
industry people like shit.
restaurant in North Carolina with Bubba. I remember that.
Like
We had a
I hate
ball.
when people are assholes to service people.
I think the
Yeah, my
throwing
mom. Why
the
are you
peanut
laughing at me?
shells. I think the throwing the peanut shells on the ground is nice though, because then it kind of gets some of that aggression out. Like, throw that on the floor. Now you don't have to be a dick to your server.
Why are you laughing?
Do
I think it's because you have a habit of not being not a dick to service.
you remember Dave and
That's not
Buster's?
true. If service people are a dick to me, trust me, I could be a dick.
Do you remember Dave and Buster's?
Oh, dude, I wasn't being a dick to the dude,
No, you weren't.
but that was a bad experience.
But the
for
guy
me.
felt bad.
But it was a good one at the same time because the server was completely apologetic for what
Mhm,
happened.
mhm.
We go. Do you want to tell it?
I'll tell it.
Go ahead, tell it.
So
I'm gonna cut in a couple times.
we went to Dave and Buster's. A big
Just don't
group
push
of
your
us.
microphone away from me when I cut
It
in.
was
If I interrupt you, just don't do this.
okay. Well, I can't if I
That's
do
my
that.
move.
If I do that, it's hitting Lexi in the head.
Please
We were
not
at
my head.
we were at a bachelor party at Dave and Buster's. So I wasn't drinking because I don't normally drink, but everybody kind of maybe Scott wasn't drinking either of them, but I'm not sure. But everybody else,
Scott had one or
everybody
two.
else had pretty much in him.
I had 4 or 5.
And I don't know if you know Mike that well, but
We're like brothers.
don't fuck with his food.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with his food. I seen him flip out on a crippled guy because he was eating French fries over his bag.
No, that was Doritos. That was Doritos.
No, it was French fries.
He saw the French fries.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw the
gonna
French
say, the
fries.
Doritos were the bad one.
And the Doritos were because that was the 3rd time I told him.
So
You don't eat over a communal bag of chips like this.
Well, get
That
your
I
own
do
bag
agree
of
with.
chips.
So the guy comes out, and if this is the plate, he sets it down in front of this other guy, and then goes, "Oh no, wait, this is yours," and just kind of switches.
No. I'm on the opposite side of the table, so it wasn't like close. We just ordered the same thing. He set it down in front of the dude. He walked away. He goes, "Oh no." He goes back and grabs it, comes all the way around the table, and sets it in front of me. But it was.
Now the guy didn't even touch it.
I don't know that.
He didn't touch it.
I don't know that.
I saw
But
it.
he looked at it.
Mike goes, "I can't eat
He
that."
could have breathed on him. And I said to Bob, and I said it to Scott, and I said it quietly. I'm like, dude, I can't eat this. I said it was sitting in front of someone else. And they're like, just tell the server.
Like, just get another one.
Just get another one. So I get up. I go. I don't make a scene. I go away from the table. I grab it. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? And he's like, hey, how can I help you? I said, look, you brought my food over, but you said it in front of someone else first, and it's not you. It's me. I'm weird about food. I said, I can't eat that one.
Did he scan you up and down and be like, really?
No. He goes, I'll get you another one made immediately. Like, the guy was so cool. And he goes, I'll get you another one made. I said, dude, I can't do that either because I never.
Now you're going to spit in it.
I said, he goes, and he looks at me and he says, dude, I will not spit in your food, I promise. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't.
But now you kind of have to.
I can't take
Now
that
you have
chance.
to.
I said, I'm sorry. I said, I don't mean to offend you in any way. He goes, you're not offending me. He goes, we'll take it off your bill. In fact, the rest of your bill's on us.
But the nice part is he didn't take the sandwich away, so me and another guy split it.
Yeah. They split the sandwich. I had like 6 beers at Dave & Buster's, which have to be like $8 a beer.
Oh, yeah.
So who ate the food that was supposed to go to you?
They split
They
it.
did.
Me and
split it.
another guy.
Oh, I thought you said it was a sandwich.
Yeah,
No.
they
So I
split
didn't.
it.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think it was a steak
I
sandwich.
didn't eat anything all night. All I did was drink. So when we got to the other place we went to in Philly.
Never mind.
Daughter's here.
Strip club.
No, church.
Yeah, we went to church in Philly.
Yeah.
Was it in Kensington?
I don't know. No, it was down by ECW Arena.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go in that place. I end up getting in 2 fights in there. And they weren't, neither one of them my fault.
No, that's true.
The guy was being a dick. He came over. We had a cooler with us. So I stood back away from everybody. Nobody's near me. I'm smoking a cigar. Right? I'm enjoying my cigar. And this dude comes and stands right in front of me. There's room, but he stands right in front of me. He turns around, looks at me, goes, would you not blowing that smoke on me? And now, my other buddy Rob is with us. And I'm like, I said, what the fuck did you just say to me? He's like, the smoke bothered me. I'm like, dude, I'm standing here. There's no one around me. You came and stood in front of me, motherfucker. And like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's gone. So he comes back. He says to my buddy Rob, he goes, you think I should apologize to him? I didn't mean to piss him off.
Just fucking disappear, dude.
That's exactly what Rob said.
Yeah.
Just leave him. Dude, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't see you ever again, it'll be fine. So I move up. The cooler's behind me now. So the guy went behind me and stood. When I turned around, he's standing with his foot on my fucking cooler. And I said, motherfucker. I said, what the fuck are you? And I took like 2 steps. I clenched up. I took 2 steps forward. And I was going to snatch the cooler and just move it. And the dude like ran.
Like, why would you come back and fuck with his shit?
I'm like,
So
People
good.
aren't smart.
No.
So we decide that we're going to get a private room so
For
everybody
the church, for confessions.
for confession.
Is a chapel.
Yeah.
So we get this private room, and I decide I'm just going to stand by the door because I don't need none of that. I don't need to confess.
He's perfect.
I didn't need to confess.
No confessions needed.
They came to confess to him.
So I'm standing by the door, and there's a fight happens out in the bar area, and I'm watching it. I'm watching the bouncers take care of it, and someone pushes his back against the door and kind of puts his head in. And then he does it again. The third time he pushed the door open and came in. He came in right to my hand on his throat. I picked him up and I just threw him back. I said, dude, we paid for this fucking room. Get the fuck out of here. This is our confessional.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Go get your own fucking church.
That's our nun.
It's nasty.
That's my daughter, man.
Oh, hi.
So
Well,
the bouncer comes running over and says, what happened? And I said, dude, he's trying to sneak in our private room. We paid for this room. He goes, you're right. Grabs a guy, tosses him out of the club.
how about that? How about that?
But by the end of the night, when we got home, Rob had to drive my car because there was no way I was driving.
Yeah.
How about that other time at that one restaurant? Me, you, and Sebastian were there, and you lit up the cigar, you and him, and the waitress comes over and it says, "You're not allowed to smoke that in here." And Mike says, "I don't see that anywhere." She goes, "It's right on the menu." He says, "No."
Hold it. She came over with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
That's true. Yes, I forgot about that. And she said, "You're not allowed to smoke cigars in here." And he's like, "I don't see that anywhere." She goes, "It's right on the menu." He says, "No, it says, please refrain from smoking cigars in here." He says, "It doesn't fucking say I can't."
It does.
And then he does
It's
this.
true.
Dude, I was sitting there fucking laughing. Oh, my
We
God.
left.
Yeah, we did.
But she comes over with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, because I think you said, "What the fuck is the difference?"
Yeah. I said, that smells nasty. This smells good.
There's a good place right next
Especially
to
when it comes out of my lungs.
right next to Dave and Buster's.
Is it a church?
No, it's like Sullivan's Pier, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And you get right on the waterfront. You see the Betsy Ross off to your left and the Walt Whitman on your right. And it's just really cool. You sit there and surprisingly, we got there. I didn't think we were going to get served because it was really busy. And the waitress came right up to us. We got our drinks and we got a bunch of food then. It was no fucking problem at all. I was like, holy shit. So I thought it was going to suck. And I think we went to a lot of different restaurants that like it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, I want Chinese food. Like, let's go to
And Italian. And German food.
let's go to Chinatown. So we drove over to Chinatown and
What you want?
there's this place open. I got all kinds of weird
I
shit
hate
like
when someone
seaweed
says
salad
that.
and
When they ask you for your order, what do you want?
what you want.
We went to a place right over here, and the girls just said, "What do you want?"
Where?
We
Where
sure it was
Chelsea
a
works.
what do you
Really?
want or what you
Over
want?
in Andrews.
What you want?
Yeah.
What you want?
See, it doesn't bother me.
Nah, it's just rude.
See, but
What can I get for you?
on the
What
other
would you
hand,
like?
Yeah, but there's a language barrier there.
No, she wasn't Chinese.
Oh,
Yeah.
If she was Chinese, I'd
what do you want?
Yeah. Just
Yo, fatso, what are you eating?
but now on the other hand, does it bother you at a restaurant when someone is overly helpful?
Well, they won't leave you alone. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Like, dude, go away.
It's annoying, but
Like, get away.
like they're just
That's their
trying to be a
job.
good waiter.
So, like, this
waiter.
is something that's really interesting since we're talking about restaurants. It's kind of like restaurant culture. In places like, I don't know Japan specifically, but in Korea specifically, I know for a fact, they don't get paid tips. Like, they're not working for tips, right? They get paid, like, a wage that's,
better than $2 an hour.
I
yes,
think that's
a
common
better
in-
wage in Asian countries,
Yeah.
probably. So, if you want something, there's a buzzer on your table at the end, like up here. You hit the buzzer and they'll come over and
What you
get
want?
you get new water, you get a new soda,
See,
whatever.
now I think that's a good idea.
Exactly, because then you don't have people that are
We give a bad tip.
right.
You
You give a
gotta-
bad tip, they have a bad night. It's a slow night,
Well,
but they're
sometimes
still doing the same amount of work.
people give a bad tip because the kitchen was bad.
Right, and
It's
it's
not the server,
It's not
it's
the
the
server.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Sometimes people give a bad tip because they don't have any money.
Well, right, but this kind of negates that
Yeah.
because if you don't have the money, you're not going to eat at the restaurant anyway because you're paying for that service so that they can get a better wage so that they're not working for tips.
Over the last 2 weeks, every week I stop and have breakfast with another county employee at Leesport Diner. Well, Leesport Diner's closed because our governor is a douchebag. So,
Oh, tell me, boy.
so I found a restaurant that is open in defiance of our douchebag governor.
Tommy boy.
And both times I stopped there, I paid twice the bill. I paid the bill and tipped more than what the bill was. Because I know these girls are hurting for tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I stop at Leesport Diner, that's a good Good experience for me. I've never had bad service there because my girl Star takes care of me every time I go in.
She's really nice.
Does she come up and say, "What do you want?"
No,
What
she
you
does
want?
not.
She's very.
She knows
very
what I
nice.
want. The
Yeah.
fucked up thing is, now, they just opened back up today because our douchebag governor had shut everything down.
Tommy boy.
So they just opened back up today. So she texted me, let me know they were back open. So next Thursday, when we go for our breakfast, I can stop. Before I even get there, she knows I want coffee and water. She knows what I'm getting. That I get the Leesport special with no potatoes.
See, I couldn't
No
do
fruit.
that.
What's the
Meat
least port
potatoes.
special?
It's 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, two pieces of toast.
Take
And
away some of
potatoes.
that sausage.
I don't get the
Give me potatoes.
I eat the bacon as soon as it comes. I split my 2 eggs. I get them over hard with cheese. I split them. I put them on the toast. I put a piece of sausage on each of the toast. I put one in a to-go box for the next breakfast for the next morning, for Friday morning. And the other one I eat right there.
So why no potatoes?
I just don't eat the potatoes.
Because he's dumb.
Because I've been watching what I'm eating
Yeah.
without watching. Like,
Gotcha.
I know what I shouldn't be eating when I should. I lost like 40 pounds since January.
Good.
Of course, 20 of it was why I had the Rona.
I couldn't eat the same meal all the time. I gotta get
It's
something
once a
different
week.
every time. Yeah, no, maybe I'm the weirdo.
You are the weirdo.
I don't know. It depends on where I am.
Last time I got chicken and waffles there. That was really good.
I like structure. I don't like change. So if I went and they didn't have the Leesport anymore, it would bother me.
Is that why I always took the heat?
You always took the heat because you're the weakest.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Carry you for fucking 19 years.
I'm 26.
You were little. Yeah.
26.
I'm trying to think if I ever got kicked
Oh,
out
I
of
got
a
to do
restaurant.
Snotco Bell too.
Oh gosh.
This doesn't sound good.
So both of my kids like Taco Bell.
Me too.
I don't anymore. They
I
don't have
do.
potatoes. We already talked about the
It's
potatoes.
a conspiracy. We understand. And I apologize.
But
for
I
that.
only get 2 things at Taco Bell anymore.
You get bean burrito and what else?
The cheesy gordita crunch
Oh,
Cheese
you did say that last
and
time.
a Mountain
that
Dew.
cheesy,
No
that
tacos?
cheesy
I like the soft
chalupa
tacos.
is really good too.
I like the spicy
But the
Doritos tacos.
Yeah.
Doritos Locos.
the
Mm.
The hot
cheesy
ones.
gordita is like a hard and soft
I
taco.
do like those. I like those, but the chalupas are so good because they're just really fried.
So me and this Taco Bell happens to be Taco Bell and Long John's, Raw John's. It's a
Raw
double,
John's. What you want?
it's a
Raw
double,
John.
It's a double story for me because I got Taco Bell, and I'm watching the guy make food, and he's wiping the snot out of his nose, going back in the food. And I said something to the manager.
Bastard.
Usually I wouldn't say
Yeah.
nothing. I would say something right to them, dude. But I said something to the manager.
Did he
Like,
have
dude,
Velcro shoes?
I don't know. You could see.
I actually know somebody who used to work there at this time, so my canon for the story is that it was him.
So I said something to the manager. I'm like, dude, he's just making the tacos. He's wiping his nose, and he did it while the manager was watching. I'm like, yeah.
What if the manager's like, yeah, so?
He's like, I thought you wanted guac on it.
We're hurting for business here, buddy. Leave us alone.
So
Guac's expensive.
that's the raw or the
Snotco
Snotco
Bell.
Bell. The Raw John is I went to a different Long John's, and I ordered a chicken sandwich at the drive-thru. And I drive away. I take a bite of the chicken sandwich, and it's raw, and I puke it right out my car window. And I go back in, and I said to her, she goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, I just ordered this in the drive-thru, and it's raw." And she goes, "Oh, that's sick." Walks away.
What you want?
Nothing. She didn't say, "Can I get you another one?"
Jesus Christ.
She just walked away, and she comes back out. She goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, I just got this in the drive-thru, and it's raw." She goes, "Yeah, you told me that."
Still?
I said, "And you still haven't done anything about it." And she goes, "What do you want me to do?" And I took it and I threw it, and it splattered against the wall, raw chicken everywhere. I said, "Now you got to fucking shut down because you got raw chicken all over your counter, and I'm calling the health department."
You in the health department.
I called him.
He's friends with them.
He got a hotline for them.
I called him. Fuck that.
Yeah, Mike. Where is it now?
What's it, guacamole this time? Okay.
Did they put oyster sauce on your
Raw
taco?
chicken. Yup. We're there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but raw, you kill somebody.
People are ignorant, and that's one thing that like pisses me off too, because I know you've worked in fast food. You told me that. I worked in fast food at Wendy's when I was in high school. It's not fucking brain surgery.
No.
A large fry and a fucking burger with ketchup. Yep, I can do this. Every fucking drive-through, they fuck up my order.
I will never go
Everyone.
back to Wendy's.
Every time.
Never?
It's tough. Wendy's has some good stuff.
No
I
Wendy's.
know.
No Wendy's ever?
Well, maybe I'll try a different one, but not the one near where I live. I was like, I wanted a spicy chicken sandwich. That's all I had in my
Are
head.
you still bitching about that chicken sandwich?
Ah, yeah.
I don't like their spicy chicken.
I love
So-
their spicy chicken.
Well, I
Makes
won't
me
go to.
sick.
I won't go to.
What about Popeyes?
Popeyes is great.
Yeah, it was too far
Popeyes
away.
chicken sandwich is actually
Yeah, it was
It's
too
banging.
far away.
it's
And I
it's
won't
not like
wait.
but it's good.
I won't wait in Chick-fil-A because that's just ridiculous.
Oh, their lines are
Yeah,
crazy anymore.
I'm like, open a new fucking Chick-fil-A at this point, will you?
Yeah,
They did.
right next door.
Yeah,
Yep.
right next door.
Did you see what they do though now? Like they take all the orders outside.
Yeah, it's weird.
We waited
works.
fucking 30. We waited 30 minutes and they fucked my order up. I had to wait another 15 for 2 fruit cups and a salad that they forgot.
You didn't get a salad.
No,
Stop.
I didn't say
Stop.
for me.
Nobody fucking believes that you got a salad.
I didn't say no. I got a chicken
That's
sandwich
fat
and
shaming,
nuggets.
Mike.
Okay.
And nuggets. Stop fat shaming.
Yeah.
That was fat shaming?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Their
2
nuggets are really good.
2 nuggets.
Oh, look at you over here. Of course you're gonna.
I know what fat looks like.
No, I think it was.
I can't
think it
fat
was the
shame.
manager.
You know what we should have done? Taking our shirts off.
No.
Not you.
No.
I think it was the management at that Wendy's that was fucked it up because the line wasn't that long. I got there. I'm like, I want a spicy chicken sandwich, number 2, whatever the hell it was.
He wants a number 2.
And
Who does number 2 work for?
actually, no, the kid who answered over the intercom, he said something, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah, let me get it number 2. He's like, I'm not ready yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe if you should say that next time.
Yeah, all right.
So then-
Give me one moment, please. Like,
Yeah, it was just
fucking
weird, like the
hard.
way he
Yeah.
said it.
Where's
I was
the
like,
courtesy?
yeah.
There is none
give me
anymore.
one fucking moment, please.
So then-
that would even be better.
Yeah.
Then fine, he's like clicked up again, and he's like, what you want? And I say, well, chicken sandwich, fries, and a Coke. And then I get it, and then the lady, oh, I got a Frosty. No, I got a Frosty. That's right. And she didn't give me a spoon for my fucking Frosty. And I was like, hey, can I get a spoon for my Frosty? And she's like,
Excuse me.
I thought I put one in the bag. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Okay, you didn't. Can I get a spoon now?
Yeah, she's like, are you
it's
sure?
not a bag?
You ever do one of these at the drive-thru when they forget something? They go, "Are you sure?" And you go, "Let me check." Yep, I'm sure.
Let's try that next time.
Dude, I will not leave a fucking drive-thru, and I'll be the prick that sits right at the window with everybody behind me.
Hold
till
everybody up.
Everything's in that fucking bag.
You got it, because they fuck it up all
Just
the
like
time.
Leo gets. You always get fucked.
Yeah, because you know why? Because one time when it happened, I pulled out and I'm like, I better check this. I had to wait another 20 minutes to come back around and say,
Fuck
oh, you
that.
forgot this. Are you sure?
Well, I got back at McDonald's the other day. We ordered a bunch of shit and went to the drive-thru, ordered a bunch of shit, and then as soon as we got the bag, I looked in it and I was like, we're missing 2 large fries. And the girl's like, okay, hang on a second. And then I wasn't missing 2 large fries. I just wanted extra fries.
You fat
Piece of shit.
bastard.
I've done that. I've done
Is
that.
that fat shaming again?
No, that was a shitty thing to do. That was fine.
Well, no, but in all fairness, sometimes I've gone through and they haven't given me something. I was like, ah, fuck it. I'm just going to let it go.
Right,
And then other
see?
times I've gone through and
It's
I thought it was in there or I didn't think it was in there. And then when it turns out when I get home, like, oh shit, it wasn't there. It was underneath it. So it fucking evens itself out.
Yeah.
Fuck them. And let me tell you this, and you know this, working in restaurants like that, they fucking waste more food
Oh yeah.
than they give
Oh
away
my
free.
God, yeah.
Oh shit! When I
They'll
worked,
throw it away before they give to employees.
Yeah.
when I worked at Hardee's, we used to make extra food day and night, so we would take it home.
Oh yeah.
Well, my sister,
yeah.
my
I'd
sister
bring
worked at
fried
Burger
chicken
That's
King.
home
stealing
once a week.
now.
No, it's not.
Now it is.
My sister
No,
worked at
the-
Burger
yeah,
King.
Boss said it was okay.
It's a right. This bag fell on the floor. We fried it up, but
Oh, dude, I worked at an ice cream warehouse.
Oh my god.
Anything damaged went on the shelf the employees could buy. You'd buy a discount. Fucking nutty buddies fall every day.
Did they?
Well-
Yeah, not when I was working.
Matthew told me when he worked at Weiss's and they used to have him stock the milk and the dairy, like the little chocolate milks. They said, anything that comes in outdated, write off and throw it away. Well, it just so happened a few of them were outdated, and he threw them away. I look at him and I go, dude, you're going to be a cop? And he's like, well,
A little bit on the arm.
yeah, it's okay.
I mean, like, it's wasteful. Like, places like that are so wasteful. Like, there are tons of places that would take this food, like food banks. Even if it's a little outdated, they
Yeah,
still take
you know
that
why
shit.
they won't take it?
But they can't give it if it's outdated or out time.
Because of lawsuits, that's why.
Yeah.
Do you know Wawa? every night they get a fresh order of donuts and bagels, and whatever's left over, they throw away.
Yep.
Yeah, my sister worked at Burger King, and she told me every night they had like 3 55-gallon trash bags full of burgers, fries, whatever, just right into the dumpster. And I was like, you can't take it home? She said, no, we're not allowed to. So what about giving it to homeless people? Like, no, they won't let them. They want to
So
deal with
now
the
they have
lawsuit.
dumpster divers because they're throwing away good food.
Well, you know what I used to do when because I worked at Wawa right before we started training for wrestling, because that's how I was saving up the money to get it to wrestle. And I got reported by the truck driver one night for that. So I used to, all the shit at the end of the night, like that they would throw away, I would take outside. I'd put it in a special garbage bag. I'd take it outside. And there was this young girl that worked with me that she was having like some financial problems and they struggled with food. So I said, listen, whatever's out there, her boyfriend would come and he would meet me out there. I would walk down. I would set it right by the dumpster. As soon as I walked back in, it's fair game. They would put it in their car. They'd take it home. They'd give some to their friends that needed help. I just can't see wasting food like that.
Yeah.
It's a travesty.
I ever tell you when I worked at Hardee's, between working at one prison and another prison, I worked at Hardee's up here.
Just like a prison.
Nah, it was a job because I got hired at the second
Prison on planet bullshit.
and I gave my 2 weeks notice, and about a week and a half in my 2 weeks notice, I was told there was a hiring freeze at the second prison, and I'm like, well, I just gave 2 weeks notice a week and a half ago. Like, I have no choice. I'm done. So I worked at a couple side jobs between. So I worked at this Hardee's, and and I cleaned that kitchen up. I told you about that. Like I went in there, and that kitchen was disgusting when I went in, and they had to shut down for 2 days because I worked in the kitchen when I was younger, and it had to be clean. So I cleaned that whole kitchen up. Kitchen was spotless. So about a month and a half into me working there, the state inspector shows up on surprise inspection, and I'm back and I'm cooking fried chicken. And it's a black guy comes in. He comes back, and it was just so funny because he came back and he's like, God damn, that looked like some good fried chicken. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, when you're done with your inspection, you go out to the dining room, put in an order. I'll make sure you get some of this batch. And he goes, I'm going to do that. So he does his inspection, and he didn't find nothing because I cleaned everything. He goes out in the dining room, orders fried chicken, take it out to him. And he goes to the girl. He goes, could you have that cook come out here? And I went out, and he goes, I don't know what you do, but it's the best fried chicken I've had at any fast food restaurant ever. I said, I double dip it. Don't tell the boss.
He went like this. All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I worked at a seafood kitchen. That was fucking disgusting. Just that grease all over the fryer, and
Nah, I scraped all that off.
yeah, it was sometimes our boss. You'd look at the oil and it looked like motor oil, like
Yep,
like
I
as
hate
black
that
as that
shit.
top. It's smoking, and you know right away that it was bad just by looking at it. But if you would dunk like a piece of breaded fish in there, it wouldn't cook. It was just like
Fucking fish
It
grew a
just
head
sucks
back.
that oil in.
yeah, it
and-
just sucks
oh.
in, and then it takes like a good minute before it starts to sizzle.
That's
And I was
nasty.
like, dude, I can't. I'm not. No, like, can you please just let me change the oil?
You know who was bad for that? Down in Allentown by Dorney when Friendlies used to be there.
Oh,
Terrible. I worked there real briefly for about a month, and I said, no way. You'd go into the cooler, and the fucking shelf and the walls had mold on them.
Ugh.
It was terrible.
At least, well, their coolers and freezers were clean, but the kitchen, until me and my buddies took it over, they had like younger guys in there who actually like could work in there and clean it. But that was the thing. Like their kitchen never was like a full-time kitchen. It would just open at like 12
yeah.
and run for like 2 hours and then close on like 3 days a week. And then they started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But they come out and they'd like, we need you to take all these fish ends here and bread them. And they were like the scrap shitty ass pieces for the sandwiches, and they fucking stank half the time. And I would literally just take them and throw them out and just go grab a fresh new tub. They never fucking do.
Well, right.
They never knew.
They were just trying to get the max out of their but that,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You
No.
get someone sick.
Yep.
A lot of them don't care, though.
You gotta care.
So we got the chocolate milk story out. We got
No, barely.
look, we got to mention Saipan. I think we got to
Well-
do that every episode. That's like a rule.
I don't think you did last time.
Damn it, we got to go back.
I'll edit it quick.
Re-record that.
I'll just at the end say Saipan, man.
Yeah.
Well, can you
Let me-
edit something in, like maybe like put in? Hey, remember the time we were wrestling and you were talking about going to Saipan?
So, anybody else got any good ones?
No, but I want to, since we're talking about last episode, I want to retcon something I said because I was incorrect.
We don't do that. I do fact checking. Nobody else does.
Okay. I was incorrect. Baldur's Gate 3 did not come out on the Nintendo Switch, but they did release 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch. So 3 is only for the PC.
I can't believe you misled our people like that.
That's why I'm unmisleading them now.
Well, you should start a trend because John misled people on the last one I did with is that wrestling is fake.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he just wants to get punched.
That's not going to be fake.
He said, you can punch me as this is a wrestling punch. I said, okay.
Give him a nice old chop.
His wrestling punches hurt.
So.
What are we at? How much time?
Hour 12.
Jesus Christ.
It flew by.
Time flies.
All right, I'll leave my Wendy story alone.
No, rock it out, bro. We got time.
I just wanted to get you a visualization on this, how nasty this thing was. And he's like, first off, it was overcooked, soggy, cold fries.
Mm.
Man, how do you fuck fries up when you're turning them out that quick? Like
Here's how they fuck fries.
And they're on a timer.
Yeah.
They're on a timer.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They took fries that were already cooked and re-dropped them in the oil. That's how they did it.
But they weren't even hot.
Yeah. I can't.
And they
could
didn't
buy
drop
that
them
if
in
they
the oil
were
again.
warm.
I can't speak on that.
They just took old fries.
Yeah. And
Hey,
there's those fries over there. Been there for an hour. Give them to him.
John's coming. Get the shitty fries.
Yeah.
Hey, remember them fries you just threw in the trash can because the timer ran out on them? Yeah, grab those again. We're gonna
Here's
eat
that fucking guy that bitches about the spicy chicken. Give him the shitty fries.
them.
Yeah, he ain't ever coming back here.
So, and then I'm like, fuck it out. I don't need the fries. They're usually way too salty for me anyways. So.
Wendy's seems to be a place like that because when I worked there in high school, we used to have this kid that I went to school with. He was a fucking load, and his parents were stupid. And they would come in every Sunday. This is a fucked up family. They'd come in every Sunday.
Doyle's rules.
Yeah. And they would order at that time. They had the $1 cheeseburgers, and they'd order like 15 of them, but they all had to be different ways. Like this one was just mayonnaise. This one was mustard and one pickle. You know, and the whole works.
Well, you know why people do that?
Well, sure.
Because
So
they're
they make it
assholes.
fresh. No,
Huh?
because they make the burger fresh then.
Well, no, but we did. But what would happen is they would, to try to get more out of it, they would eat like half or 3/4 of the burger, and then they'd bring it back and say, "Oh, this was made wrong. I want another one."
Oh,
So they'd get
God.
more food. Well,
Oh,
we
so
caught
they're
on
just
to this.
fuckwads.
Yeah, so we caught on to this. So I printed the receipt out the one time when they came up because they would watch. I'll tell you a story about that. So they came up, and the guy's like, he's like, "Oh, this was made wrong." I'm like, "No, it wasn't." He's like, "Yes, it was." I go, "No, here's your fucking receipt." And we went through every fucking burger. I said, "It was made right. You're
love
trying to
that.
get free food. Now sit the fuck down and eat your burger." So the manager on duty comes over. There's this Spanish guy named Edgar. And he's laughing. He goes, "Dude, I'm glad you did that." He goes, somebody had to say something. And he goes, "But I got to write you up now because you said the F word." So he wrote me up. The manager's name was Sue. She comes in the next time I worked, and she's kind of laughing. And she goes, "I got to put this in your file." I'm like, "It's fucking Wendy's." It's like I'm not.
It's my permanent
Yeah,
file.
I'm gonna be here for like maybe another month. Do you want me to draw you the picture?
That's why
Yeah.
you guys didn't get that gig. Sure, I love burgers. This time back at Wendy's in 1982.
Hey, I'm not that fucking old. I was only 7.
You said the F word.
So the one night I'm working with my buddy.
Oh, dude, we didn't tell the story about how we first met.
Oh, we'll have to do that. Oh, we can't.
No.
Well, we can.
We're done with that episode.
Ah, fuck
No, we're
it.
done with it. No
We'll just-
retconning.
well, you did, so we will.
Yeah, but that's because I was
Now you got to
last
go
week.
back on episode 2.
So I'm working at Wendy's, and I'm working with my buddy. Like all my buddies from high school, we all
I'm going
work
to tell
there.
that story anyway. I don't give a shit.
I think you should.
I was eating popcorn when it happened.
Me too.
That's
So-
restaurant food.
No, it's
The
not.
manager at the time was this bitch, and she was a bitch. She wasn't like she was like an assistant manager.
Dude, you can't just call someone a bitch.
She was a bitch.
Stop bitch shaming.
You can't.
Okay, well then, do you want me to say another word that sounds like hunt?
It goes. It sounds refreshing, but it's not.
She sucked. Well, anyway, she used to shit all over us because, I mean, we were in high school. She goes to me one day, she goes, "Do you plan on going to college?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm fucking still in high school." And she's like, well, I went to college and I have a degree in art history. I go, yeah, and you're a fucking manager at Wendy's. So how much good did that do you?
Okay, I'm not going to college.
Yeah. So her boyfriend comes in, her husband or whatever the hell he was, and they're down at the register. And I'm working with my buddy, this guy named Nelson, Spanish kid, one of my closest friends in high school. Now, again, pardon my language. I'm only saying what he said, but he yells down. Or I heard her say, do you want something to eat? And he goes, yeah. So he yells down to my buddy, hey, Spick, make me a burger.
Yo.
And
I got to cut that. That'll
just,
get edited out.
okay, but that's what he said.
I ain't putting that in shit.
So I looked at my buddy and I was like, did he just call you that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, and you're not going to say anything? You're going to take that? He says, what am I going to do? I go, dude, you can't let him talk to you like that. You can't take that. So he goes, just start making a sandwich. Now, I was on sandwiches, which means I had the bun. I put the ketchup, the mustard, the pickles, all that shit. He's on the burger. And he yells down, do you want cheese on that? Yeah. So I looked over at him. He takes the cheese, goes down his pants, wipes it on his balls, and puts it on the burger. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, you did not just do that. And he goes, I told you, dude, I don't get mad. I get even. So
and you guys wonder why I won't send nothing back to
see?
our kitchen.
So he puts the burger on the bun. He goes, wrap that. I go, dude, I can't wrap that. He goes, wrap it now. Okay. So I wrap it up. He takes it, walks it down, hands it to him, goes, here you go. So he's standing there. The guy takes it, he starts eating, and he's just standing there with the biggest fucking smile on his face. The biggest smile. And he goes, was it okay? He goes, dude, that was one of the best burgers I ever ate. He walks back to me, dude. I had to walk out and go back into the bathroom. I was laughing hysterically with tears in my eyes.
So look, I'm gonna jump back for a second. Our last episode was on professional wrestling, and I was my tag team partner there. But years before either one of us wrestled,
before we knew each other,
an incident happened in Piper's Pit on WWF where Rowdy Roddy Piper smashed a coconut over Jimmy Superfly's head.
And that involves food, so it fits in.
So it was a restaurant coconut. So it was the worst dining experience of Superfly Snooker's life. Except when he killed his girlfriend.
Ugh.
So, now, that night happened to be taped at Allentown Ag Hall, which was one of the original stops for WWF. That night, I was there with my grandfather, and I was sitting just to the right of Piper's Pit, so close that when he smashed the coconut, I got splashed with coconut juice.
This is why you don't like coconuts?
I think I got sick that night. I don't know. Maybe I probably ate too much popcorn because I was eating popcorn. It just so happens there was a little kid sitting on the other side, on the left side of Piper's Pit, whose name was Lovebug.
Me?
Oh.
So we're at training, and I'm telling this story, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I was there that night." I say, "Where were you?" And he goes, well, I was sitting, like, if you're looking at Piper's Pit, I was just to the left on the second row. And I'm like, dude, I was just to the right on the second row.
So I yelled,
crazy.
Hey, Mike!
But it's weird that the two
Who
people
the fuck are you?
who eventually became great friends and one of the most prolific independent wrestling tag teams of all time.
The best.
Would be in the same spot.
Yeah, what do they call that? It's
Serendipity.
Sure.
The S word.
And with that, we will conclude this episode and say goodnight and go take on the world.
Good night.
Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.